This, ladies and gentlemen, is what it comes down to. All summer long, you have seen the Suzuki Swift Cup cars moving around the Bushy Park Motor Racing Circuit. Well, here we are, the ultimate, the final. This is the day-night series at Bushy Park. The finale, it comes down to this. Who will be supreme today? You and I will find out in a matter of hours as we continue motor racing in the day-night event at Bushy Park.
After the earlier races in daylight, Ryan Perot still the championship leader. His advantage, however, narrowed over David Somerville. Darrell Clark is up into third place. The man who led the championship at the start of the season, Mark Thompson, is fourth, with Ryan Wood lying in fifth and Josh Reed in sixth place. They're the leading contenders, but a good field fighting behind them. Jason Parkinson, Kenrick Husbands, not yet a race winner this year in the Suzuki Swift Series. Kurt Thompson, fastest lap holder so far this year. Paul Bourne, already now scoring points today. And Samantha Somerville, the daughter of David.
Oh, that was to the finish, to the checkered flag, heart in the mouth, every corner. Family's here, my mum's here, my son, Samantha in the race. What a lovely day. I'm just on top of the world right now.
I would say I'm the third generation. My grandpa started with the racing, my dad did it. His two sisters were in racing at one point. My grandma actually did a few rallies. My brother's racing as well in the karts.
Yes, I've been karting since I've been like 6.
I started with the karts when I was around 12, 13.
It's really good here. It's way better than Jamaica.
He's wanted every time we've traveled. He's been, Daddy, are they having karting down there? Daddy, are they having karting down there? Because he wants to kart. Maloney's have been awesome. Sean made it happen for Sam 2 meets ago. Always thankful to the sponsors, to the guys that run such a great show. These guys all, you see them on every car, and it's amazing how they put the cars back between each race, you know, because they get some banging.
They're really fun cars to drive. The LSD in them makes it a lot easier to drive. I'm enjoying it. This series is incredible. The competition is nothing I've ever experienced before, so I am enjoying the series. Someone told me yesterday not to drive like a girl. You have to stay ahead and just do whatever it takes to stay in the position where you are. You can't get flustered, because once you get flustered, then that's when the mistakes start to happen. And this series is so competitive. One mistake will cost you the whole race. So I'm not focusing on being the only girl. I'm trying not to drive like a girl.
It's been a family affair. I mean, I'm just in my element, and to be able to win in front of them, oh, it's awesome.
It's magnificent. It's motor racing at its best. It is the Bushy Park Racing Circuit. We're going to break and we'll be right back. As sure as night follows day, motor racing continues. This is the ultimate event here at Bushy Park. Here's Robin Bradford.
So for the final round of the summer series, the first race grid, Darrell Clark, David Somerville on the front row, Snapper Husbands, Mark Thompson on row 2, Jason Parkinson, championship leader Ryan Perot on row 3, row 4 is Josh Reed and Ryan Wood, row 5 Paul Bourne and Kurt Thompson with Sam Somerville starting at the back.
The plan is to do exactly what I did the first round of the Suzuki Cup. Have a clean race, fun race, stay out of trouble. David Somerville has done very well. He came up, I think he's second in championship right now, right behind me. My plan is to just have fun tonight, drive, whatever the outcome is, I'm still going to have fun.
We want to keep Ryan behind us. That's first and foremost. But yeah, every point counts, every lap. This series, everything matters. And the second you relax, you get past, everything changes, you're off the track. So the key is to keep consistently fast and be there at the checkered flag, take the points from here on, and hopefully, you know, we want to take it all the way to the end.
I can win. It all depends on how the race goes, but I think the speed of the car, I can do it.
So a new experience for the Swift Cup contenders, racing in the dark. Headlights ablaze as they head off at the beginning of the first race of 3. A couple of the cars have got LED strips on the roofs. They're the 2 that are driven by the championship contenders, who are Ryan Perot, the leader, and David Somerville in second place. But the easy leader at the moment here is Darrell Clark, easing away from the rest of the field as he goes uphill over Millbrow. Everybody else is fighting behind him. If he just concentrates on his lines, you can see people ducking and diving all over the place there. And it's Ryan Perot in midfield at the moment. He's going to want to make some progress in the early stages. This is a 6-lap race. And at the end of the opening lap, it is Clark who was in the lead and still is as we get to lap 3. We switch here as they plough through the right and then the right and left as they go on to the pit straight in front of the Automotive Art Pits Complex. Darrell Clark under pressure now from Snapper Husbands. That's the second group we see there. In third place, Mark Thompson. Fourth is Josh Reed. Right behind him in fifth place now is Ryan Perot, so he's made up some ground, but Darrell Clark now under pressure from both Snapper Husbands and David Somerville Jr. Ryan Perot takes the Joker lap and he's followed over the Joker by Jason Parkinson. Over the bridge they go and they rejoin a couple of places down the field, but they've got their Joker in before the midpoint of the race. A very, very close return there for Parkinson, and that did slow Paul Bourne there a little bit. I think a door mirror I saw bouncing off onto the infield there. Lap 4, still the leading trio edging away from the rest of the field, and Darrell Clark just maintaining an advantage of 4 to 5 lengths of a Swift Sport over second place Snapper Husbands, who's coming under an awful lot of pressure from David Somerville. Looks to the outside, looks to the inside as they go through the courtesy dipper, but no manoeuvre possible there. Fourth and fifth, Mark Thompson and Josh Reed. And it's Josh Reed this lap who takes the Joker. There'll be 1 or 2 more doing that, I am sure. Now, is he going to rejoin in fifth place, or is Ryan Perot going to get past him? No, he's not. So only no change there for the position for Josh Reed. Look at this fantastic battle for second place, though. Snapper is holding David Somerville Jr. at bay at the moment. They're heading down into the W's. Darrell Clark has as comfortable a lead as he's had, and diving up the inside into the W's went Somerville there. Is he going to ease alongside? You would hear they're absolutely side by side as they go down towards the dipper, but Snapper has fought back and has held on to that second place. Now, which one of these is going to take the Joker this time? And it's going to be Somerville who dives off to take the Joker. Now, he should be able to rejoin in third place behind Snapper, albeit of course he's going to be there's going to be a little bit more tarmac between himself and the rear of Snapper's car, but yet Somerville is there back into the same third place he held before charging over the Joker. And so what's going to happen on the final lap? Somerville there in third place, losing a bit of time there on that corner. Here's Darrell Clark, here is Snapper. I don't think either of them have taken their Joker, which means they've got to do it this time round. There is Somerville. He's running a little bit wide on the exit of the paddock turn onto the long pit straight. Downhill, of course, under braking into the W's. Ryan Perot's right there now on the tail of Josh Reed. Here at the dipper, the leading pair are already through. There is Darrell Clark. He'll be diving off to take the Joker, as too will second place Snapper Husbands. So now is Somerville going to be able to keep good momentum up coming through the Banks S's? Is he going to be able to split them? Yes, he is. He's done that exceptionally well. Comes out ahead of Snapper Husbands. So another good play of the Joker by David Somerville Jr. And the winner of the first race of the day is Darrell Clark. So Clark wins, and we look at the table with the confirmation of the results to see Darrell Clark at the top of the list ahead of David Somerville Jr., Kenrick Husbands, Mark Thompson, Josh Reed and Ryan Perot, and that should ease Somerville just ahead of Perot in the points table. Good results there for him. Jason Parkinson, Kurt Thompson, Paul Bourne, Sam Somerville and Ryan Wood complete the field.
Today is my day and I'm going to take it when it comes. but the car and me are working real good today, so I'm going to push as hard as I can. I just try to keep it as smooth as possible. I don't mind the pressure from the back, and they were slowly drifting back, so I was like, alright, let me just relax and drive, and I came to win the race. Thank you very much, Digital, the Bigger Better Network, for carrying me this year, and I can't appreciate it anymore.
I had a pretty good start on Mr. Sandberg. He started on second, I started on third, so I got the hammer before him, so I tried to apply the pressure on Daryl, but he was a little slow on turn 2, and Sandberg was actually close. You're going to make a mistake or not. He would definitely pass you.
That was all or nothing at that point. I figured I needed to get everything right for that Joker lap. I did it 1 lap early, and from I did it, I knew I had to make everything right. I was just running, and it worked out perfect. We came out, it was close, and I just came out ahead of Snapper, and sweet feeling.
And as the action continues to heat up here at Bushy Park, we need to cool down for a moment. Let's take a break.
Nice car. When are you gonna let me drive it? One condition. I love this song. Turn it up. Is that better? I think you're missing something. Is that better, sir? I think we might be late. Better step on it. You go park the car.
The action never stops here at Bushy Park. Robin Bradford is next.
So the grid for the second race of the day formed up in the reverse order of the results of the first. Woody and Sam Samuel on row 1, Paul Bourne, Kurt Thompson on row 2, Jason Parkinson, Ryan Perot on the third row, Josh Reed, Mark Thompson row 4, Snapper Husbands, David Somerville row 5, and at the tail end of the field, the earlier winner, Daryl Clark. And as they set off at the beginning of the second 6-lap race in the dark, it's a good start from Ryan Wood as he leads the field down into the Hammer and then on to Shack Shack, the 2 corners inherited from the original layout of the Bushy Park circuit built back in the 1970s. It's very close at the front now. If Woody can just concentrate while that battle behind him between Jason Parkinson and Paul Bourne, and indeed mixing in there with them Josh Reed, while all of that's going on, that's going to give Woody the chance to pull away. Headlights glistening on the tarmac. David Somerville takes the Joker. Not a very good move because you're not allowed to do it on lap 1. I'm sure there'll be a penalty applied for that. Don't know what he was thinking. Just caught up in the excitement of the moment, perhaps. On lap 3, Woody still leads, but he hasn't extended his advantage very much at all. Over the Joker lap is going Snapper Husbands. He's getting it in before mid-distance. Paul Bourne's dropped back a little bit down through the order. Oh, and Snapper rejoins alongside Ryan Perot there. No contact, no problem though. So Woody leads. Second is Jason Parkinson. Third is Josh Reed. Fourth is Paul Bourne. Fifth now is Daryl Clark. And sixth leading the rest of the field. The LED light shining on the roof. Ryan Perot. Still very close. Snapper tucked in behind Perot after that almost unsavory joining there after the Joker lap. Penalties can be applied if the stewards feel that the driving standards have not been such as they would like. However, I have to say, as we're on lap 4 of the second of the 2 night races, some very clean racing under the floodlights here at Bushy Park, Barbados. Woody leads up towards the Banks S's. Paul Bourne takes his Joker lap this time round. Is he going to lose a place in the process? No, he's actually going to be. Yes, he's just lost 1 place there to Daryl Clark and has rejoined just in front of the battling Ryan Perot and the Williams Industries car, white and green livery of Snapper Husbands. On the penultimate lap of the race, coming through Shack Shack there. Still nice little bunches all over the place. It's tight in that second place battle as well. Jason Parkinson still holding off Josh Reed at the moment. Side by side through the W's. Ryan Perot picks up a place on Paul Bourne, and Snapper snaps at his heels as well. And I think by the time we get up to the courtesy dipper, Snapper's going to be through as well. But no, Paul Bourne fighting back, bearing in mind he is less experienced as a race car driver than Snapper Husbands. He's holding his own very well today. The battling second place as they were men, which are Jason Parkinson and Josh Reed, have both taken their Joker lap, and they've now slipped down into third and fourth places behind Darrell Clark in second. Down for the final time into the hammer they go, nose to tail battling for second place. Comfortable advantage for Ryan Wood now. And I don't think the Digicel twins have taken their Joker, so it's going to be interesting. Have they got the necessary gap? I have a feeling that they probably have. But let's just wait. Battling second place group. There goes the leading pair, heading up over the Global Rallycross Bridge. Now, are they going to be able to come out ahead of that second place group? It's going to be very close, but I think we've got the headlights of the third place man coming through there. That's Josh Reed, but no, the Digicel twins have done it. Woody is going to win for a third time, and he's going to have his Digicel teammate Darrell Clark crossing the line behind him. Josh Reed brings up the rest of the field. So there we see the confirmation of the result. Ryan Wood from Darrell Clark, Josh Reed, Jason Parkinson, Ryan Perot and Kenrick Snapper Husbands complete the top six, with Paul Bourne, Mark Thompson, Kurt Thompson and Samantha Somerville. The other scorers, David Somerville finishing last with the penalty for the Joker on the wrong lap.
The only incident I really had was with Mark, and then I settled down after that, and everybody was taking Joker lap. I was just trying to drive clean onto the last lap, and then I got ahead. When I did my Joker lap, I came back out in front, so that's all it was.
Well, we had to love lashes. It wasn't anything, I think, intentional in any way. It was something that was unavoidable at that point in time, and not much they could really have done. Hats off to Darrell today, because the traction conditions, from my point of view, is it's quite slippery. Darrell will have to be on today also, so congrats, Darrell.
You did very well.
Yeah.
From lights out to checker flag, yeah, I was watching the guys behind, and every time I look, no one is taking the Joker lap, and it's just working to my advantage. Last lap, I took the Joker lap, and I knew there was no way they can get to the other side before me, and another win for the Giselle. So yeah, I'm happy. Oh, Darrell was second. Oh, fantastic. The Giselle won too. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. The Giselle, I hope you're watching. We'll be right back.
I feel the sun on my face, and on this day, take me far away. Yeah, I got things. And lift me up.
The fun never ends in the family room. The new Suzuki Ertiga. It's much more than a car.
Suzuki, way of life.
It's all day, all night action at Bushy Park. Here's Robin Bradford.
So for the final race of the Swift Cup Summer Series, it is Darrell Clark and Ryan Wood on the front row, Josh Reed, Kenrick Husbands on row 2, David Somerville, Jason Parkinson on row 3, Ryan Perot, Mark Thompson, row 4, Paul Bourne, Kurt Thompson, row 5, and Sam Somerville at the back. The grid decided on the points scored in the earlier two races. So this is what it comes down to as far as the Summer Series is concerned. Round 6, race 3, the 18th race of the year. All of these drivers having gained greater experience as the season has gone on, but of course a completely new experience with this racing in the dark. Interesting that Ryan Wood didn't know it was Darrell Clark finishing second behind him, because of course all he'll have been able to see will have been the lights of the car behind him rather than the livery. Well, Darrell Clark, who's already had one race win here this evening, is easing away as they go over Millbrow for the first time, down into the dipper, and everyone else is trying to be second. The man who currently is second, though, well, side by side, no, it's going to be Josh Reed, I think. Yes, Josh Reed is in second place from David Somerville, from early championship leader Mark Thompson in fourth, coming towards the end of the opening lap, and a huge lead in Suzuki Swift Cup terms is there for Darrell Clark. We move to lap 3, battling away for second place Josh Reed and David Somerville. Still fourth is Mark Thompson. Still that great lead there for Darrell Clark, who really got his head down in the opening couple of laps to open out as much of an advantage as he could. Concentrate side by side through the dipper, though. Did David Somerville pick up the place? Yes, I think he does. Very nearly pushing Josh Reed wide. Somerville more experienced in racing terms, but Josh, a feisty little competitor in this championship, and still they're side by side as they go through the dipper, come out of the MQI bullet, and then just as they exit the Banks S's, it's a little bit of a gentle love tap there, but I don't think that could have been avoided. But Somerville has now made the manoeuvre stick. Took him nearly a whole lap to do it, mind you. So up into second is Somerville. Third now is Josh Reed, being caught now by Mark Thompson in fourth place. They go through Shack on lap 4 out of 6, and Wood is throwing the Digicel Swift sideways there, almost a rally-style Scandi for Woody. He's had one race win already this evening, and clearly thoroughly enjoying his involvement in this championship. Always took his racing seriously, whereas rallying was very much for fun, was always Woody's philosophy. See that huge gap that Darrell Clark has got as we're on the fourth lap. Second is Somerville, third is Reed, now having been caught by Mark Thompson, who runs wide, gets two wheels onto the grass there at the dipper, and decides to take his Joker. Snap decision there, I reckon, for Mark, having already lost a little bit of time with that rather leery slide there, decides to take the Joker and rejoins just ahead of Jason Parkinson. So Thompson still in the top 6. Parky trying to move around the outside as they come through the Cockspur Cyclone, and now the final lap of the Summer Series. David Somerville Jr. still ahead of Jason Parkinson. Up to fourth now is Ryan Wood. Mark Thompson having slipped back as a result of his Joker, but only down to fifth place through the W's for the final time. There is Darrell Clark with roughly half the length of the straight between the W's and the dipper, his advantage. David Somerville Jr. turns in. So on to the Rallycross Bridge for the last time, and taking the Joker is the first place man, Darrell Clark. Second place, David Somerville. Third place, Josh Reed. All three of them taking the Joker on the final lap, and I'm sure that they had that 2.5 or so second advantage over the fourth place man to make sure that taking the Joker on the final lap has worked, and indeed it has. Woody's going to come through in fourth place. The last checkered flag of the year for the Swift Cup contenders. Darrell Clark wins from David Somerville Jr. and Josh Reed, and sets off on his lap of honour. So 2 wins out of 3 for Darrell Clark. David Somerville Jr. second, Josh Reed third, Ryan Wood, Mark Thompson and Snapper Husbands complete the top 6 in the season's final race. The points awarded there in the right-hand column. Jason Parkinson 7th, Paul Bourne 8th, Kurt Thompson 9th, Ryan Perot, the former championship leader, in 10th place, ahead of the only non-scorer of the night, Samantha Somerville. So the Swift Cup Summer Series comes to an end with David Somerville of Jamaica the winner on 228 points, 5 wins to his credit, more than anyone else. 2 wins tonight have brought Darrell Clark up to second. Ryan Perot, the leader for most of the year, finishes third. Fourth is Mark Thompson, fifth Ryan Wood, and sixth Josh Reed. And as we look through the other pages of points, it's worth noting that Barry Gale was the only other man to win a race. And good to see Paul Bourne and Sam Somerville there in the points towards the end of the table.
Yes, thank you very much. I got to thank Digicel, and I got to thank Suzuki and Simpson Motors for providing the car. And like I said earlier, I knew I had the pace I just had to keep it clean and get out front, and that's what I did, and I just walked away from everybody and I won. I don't know what happened today, but today was a real good day for me and I'm happy.
Yeah, it was good. I luckily had a good position for the start. First time in a little while that's happened, so I tried my best to hold on to that. I got some challenges from Mark Thompson. David Somerville got past me. He drove a real good race. So yeah, it was really good, really exciting. I'm happy with the result for sure. I'm happy that I could bring it home.
This series is fantastic. I can't explain to you. Anybody who loves racing, this would be the first step to take to want to get anywhere is in this series.
It's a lovely track. I love it. Bushy Park has done a phenomenal job. I will always want to come and race here.
Awesome.
Really awesome.
It's a massive race meet and real competitive. Enough fun to enjoy it.
Yeah, no two ways about it. The series is absolutely fantastic. The level of competition is crazy. The level of driving is crazy. And yeah, it's just crazy. It's a lot different. It's definitely different than everything I've ever known about motorsport for the last 10 years. But it is different. It's a different challenge. That's what I like about it. It's not, what I do with rallying is one thing, but this is now something totally different. It doesn't feel associated at all. So it makes it feel like there's something new that I'm doing. And it's challenging. The guys, the camaraderie here with all the guys here is amazing. The team as well. These guys are absolutely incredible. So I can't really ask for more.
Such a high standard. Is awesome to be driving in the Caribbean. The preparation, the guys that take care of the cars, they're all equal. The drive, it comes down to being perfect, lap after lap, every race. I went from being on top of the world, the race before this, to last. So, and it's just that much change in how you drive, putting out 100%. So fabulous. I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Again, it's an incredible series, so competitive, very impressive. Everything is just run so professional. Hopefully I'll be back again.
Well, it's very good racing. The guys very clean, decent driving, and if every sport like this, competitive, very good for sport.
The prize giving for today, Ryan Wood finishes third. There's Josh Reed collecting his trophy and hat as second place finisher. And today's winner is Darrell Clark. And they take the applause on the podium. But special congratulations, of course, to the Summer Series champion, Jamaica's David Somerville Jr.